Shelby County Commissioner Brittany Thornton. Commissioner Thornton, you heard some of what the mayor and some of the other advocates are saying about this. Does he have a point, or are they missing the point here?
I mean, I think he definitely has a point. As I've seen the headlines and seen the experiences that people are having, particularly within the Latino community, you know, there's so many questions that I have about due process and what is a proper engagement with the targeted people. I think that this conversation is something that you have to isolate the Latino impact, and then the impact on us as Memphis being a predominantly black city.
When we hear that, though, and we also hear the numbers that the governor shared with us during the news conference this morning about, you know, hundreds of arrests already being made, they're saying crime is actually decreasing and people are potentially feeling safer. Do you buy it?
I mean, one of the questions is that when this force leaves, what happens? And so it seems like something has shifted the culture here. So the question is have we really reduced crime, or have we just pushed crime into the, you know, the deeper recesses of the city? So the streets are quieter. I'm seeing people's posts saying that, you know, some of the reckless behavior that they had grown accustomed to, clearly with this police presence, that has curved the culture. But my questions are just about what happens after. Is this just going to be something that will, you know, reestablish itself, or are we actually doing things that are intervening to be able to correct the criminal behavior? So
what can potentially be done there? Are we talking about maybe collaborations that really work? What would you like to see? What would you want to put on the table?
I mean, what stands out to me is there's a lot of the initial engagements are through these low-level offenses, you know, having broken taillights, not having your license. And so what does it look like for us to be able to ensure that the population here doesn't have as many issues, the low-level issues, so that when we really are engaging, you're going after people that are in the middle of crime, people who are actually the most egregious people in the society. I think that a lot of people feel like kind of reckless behavior created this, and then those young adults, those children went back home, and now working class folks are being targeted, having to go to court to be able to, you know, address these fines and fees that by and large the majority of people are getting, like the low-level tickets and things like that.
As you know, millions of dollars are being invested in Memphis, at least from the standpoint of what it takes to have the National Guard and the Memphis Safe Task Force here. Can those dollars, though, be used elsewhere to uplift the city of Memphis? How do you see that?
Investment is an interesting word. I don't think that most people would, particularly in the urban core, feel like this is an investment.
What would you call it?
I think that this is an experience that we're in right now. I don't know how long this will be. I think that making an investment is clearly different than what we're experiencing. And so investment is ensuring that, you know, if we're having one state-of-the-art school come into this conversation of our school facilities, we are creating a plan for all. Investment is ensuring that, you know, students have proper athletic uniforms for their season, making sure that community centers have basketballs for after-school programming. You know, investment looks very different, increasing this parks and neighborhoods budget so that we can actually do more programming, and that isn't what the money's going towards. It's going clearly into policing. Every time I see people pulled over, it's not just one car anymore, it's 2, 3, 4 cars, and I see it a lot in my community in Orange Mound. So I know that this must be happening in other hot spaces across the city.
Let's talk about something I know you are very passionate about, and you definitely want to get the word out. Hoop to be heard.
Yes.
And you say it's more than just a tournament.
Yes.
How so?
It's more than basketball, so I think it's very timely. This is a second annual event. When we look at the age ranges of the crime that we previously were very vocal about wanting to curb, that 18 to 23 age group was showing up in the headlines frequently. So this tournament is an adult tournament. Majority of the participants are in the age range of 18 to 23, and they are connected to this district. And so we broadened the scope this year to allow some countywide players to come and participate. And so we're just super excited. 16 teams, over 110 young adults have signed up. And in the process of them signing up, we've collected information about what do they need. And so we're going to be very intentional to actually elevate their voices during this time. A lot of these questions I'll take to them later, and let's just see what they say.
Yeah. Why is this so important right through here now, Commissioner, to have these types of conversations and to make sure that these young men in particular have a voice and can be heard.
Yeah, at the end of the day, these are our young adults. You know, these are our futures. These are future fathers, future heads of households, future community leaders. And we have seen that if we don't invest in them and they don't have anything productive to get into, then they will go and get into negative things. And so we clearly have said that we don't like those outcomes. And so I'm just hoping, you know, with this space that we have to really focus on wanting to change the culture back to something that's productive, that we will just invest in our young adults. And these aren't children. These are adults, full-grown men that are growing, and they need support. So many of them just talk about if they had more guidance, they feel like their outcomes would be better. And so we want to create this platform and encourage everyone to tap into Hoop to be heard.
One last thing, paint that picture for us and share with us that energy, why people need to be out tonight.
You know, there's only one way to paint it. You got to come out to experience it. So we're going to have a 5-day experience. We want to see you come out. I mean, the biggest picture is just imagine a community rallying around young adults and just really pouring into them to make sure that we let them represent themselves, but then also that we resource them. And so connecting them to this office, this kind of commission office, it's a powerful seat. And so many of them just have no clue about government. And so it's been really cool just for them to be close to their elected official. And I just can't say enough about how much I love this platform.
And this will be where again?
So today it's going to start at Pine Hill Community Center, and it's going to run in all of the District 10 community centers. It's going to culminate in Orange Mound on Saturday. So 5 to 8, Tuesday through Friday. It's fall break. We have free food, entertainment, lots of
You're
great
making it seem like I need to be there.
You have to be there.
All right.
We actually are adding live broadcasting this year, so we would love for you to come and be a guest commentator.
I like that a lot. All right.
Okay.
All right, Commissioner.
I love it.
We got you covered. Always good to see you.
Always good.
Come on back anytime.